Hello, folks. This is Bob Safel. I'm very happy you've decided to attend our webinar tonight. We have some very interesting news. I'm actually going to get into some discussion about where we are with Celebrium, and we're very, very close. I think you're going to be very excited about the developments that have occurred with Celebrium because they are definitely groundbreaking stuff, that's for sure. But I want to thank you all. But before we get started, I do want to make sure that you all can hear me clearly. So go ahead on the upper right hand side of your screen. You're going to see a little hand. If you can hear me clearly, just click on your hand a little bit there. If you can hear me clearly, just click on your hand. Excellent. We're in great shape. Okay, so I'm real excited about what's happening. Um, Very, very interesting news coming down the pike here. And as you all know, the purpose of this webinar is really to give you an insight into current trends that are fast developing. And virtually everything in the crypto world is fast developing, as we all know. I try to give you an idea what's going to be happening in the next 7 days, the next month, and then we actually try to push out as far as 90 days, which is really going out there quite a bit. Um, you may remember last week and the week before and the week before, I've been giving you insight into what I see as the trend of Bitcoin and pricing. My prediction 3 weeks ago was that we had hit a hard bottom at about $6,000. And as a result of the big players such as Goldman Sachs et al., they now had everything in place so they could start trading. And my prediction was for Bitcoin to ultimately get up to somewhere around $7,000 by the end of July. I felt it was going to be a nice even rise. Well, my prediction was off a little bit. It was off in the positive. As you all probably know, uh, Bitcoin has hit as high as 8,400. As of yesterday, it slipped slightly down around 7,900, 8,000. But listen, if it kind of crawls along now at around $8,000 for the next 2 to 3 weeks, it wouldn't surprise me because you're now going to start seeing accumulation, then sell, then accumulation, then buy. And it should continue to move up because once again, more and more players are getting involved, as you will soon find out. One of the things I'm also waiting for is the update on how many wallets are now in use. I think we're still sitting at the Q1 numbers, the first quarter of the year. I'm waiting to see what happens with the second quarter of 2018. No, I'm anxious to see if there was a continued roughly 3 million wallet rise per quarter. I'm looking to see when you'll start seeing it go from 3 million rise of wallets to 4 or 5 million wallet rise per quarter, because that means we're into a real acceleration. And let me explain what I mean by that. I am carefully watching the number of people worldwide that have wallets to store cryptocurrency, because that's going to give you an idea of what is the relative growth of the currencies. Now, as of I'm not I'm gonna stretch my memory here. As of the first quarter of 2018, I think we are somewhere around 23 million to 24 million wallets out there. That's still a that's still a that's a fraction of a fraction of obviously the world population, which is over 7 billion. It's even a fraction of a fraction of what you would call the population of the quote developed countries, meaning European countries, certain Asian countries, U.S. of course. So, I think the total population in quote unquote developed countries is probably around 4 billion. So even at 23 million wallets, you're under 1% of the world's developed population that's involved with actually buying and selling crypto. So you're still at a very early stage, yet it's a $1 trillion industry. So I'm anxiously waiting to see. Hopefully, we're going to have an update by next week on how many wallets are out there, because that's going to give us a pretty good idea of the state of the market. So, with that said, let's go ahead and look at our first piece of very interesting news. Uh, and this comes from Europe, Coinbase. Now, I'm assuming that many of the people listening to this broadcast and this webinar are familiar and even use Coinbase as an exchange. It's probably the easiest exchange to get on to start buying Bitcoin and Ether and Bitcoin Cash. So it's a very easy exchange to use, and now they have a professional level, a pro level. But Coinbase has just announced that they are now selling cryptocurrency gift cards. Gift cards. And they are selling these in somewhere around 120 different retailers now, and it's in Europe. Now, I think and I'll touch on this a little later. We've begun our own discussions with a major retail operation in Europe for Celebrium, but we'll touch on that a little later. So here we are. Coinbase has now launched, as of yesterday, its virtual gift card, which now allows people to buy crypto in a gift card fashion. So they can now buy the gift card, it's cryptocurrency based, and then turn around and use it at retail stores. Huge, huge development. Obviously, one of the reasons that's pretty dang huge is because in order to sell gift cards, the retailers are going to have to hang the gift cards up, near the cash register or somewhere in the store. Once again, it creates people who are becoming aware of cryptocurrency. The more people that are aware, the more wallets are going to be used, the more buying pressure. Remember, more buying than selling equals prices going up. More buying than selling equals prices going up. So that's why I'm very focused on this, the number of wallets that are outstanding. Okay. So here we are. We have Coinbase now offering gift cards in a partnership with WeGift in a bunch of stores. And those stores include outlets Google Play, Nike, Ticketmaster, fashion brands like Ted Baker and Clark's. And so you're seeing they're also the countries these gift cards are being sold in are now in the United Kingdom, France, Italy, Spain, and the Netherlands. So huge news. Very, very, very big news. And, once again, they've now developed it so that a gift card, can be used to make fractional transactions. Now, what do I mean by fractional transaction? You're not going to walk in there with a Bitcoin at $8,000 and buy a Pepsi or some ice cream or a handbag. So the trick here was, how do you get fractional currency or fractional value, fractional meaning a fraction of, onto a gift card? Well, it looks like Coinbase has solved the fractional issue. So huge, huge news, only good for anybody who's involved with any type of cryptocurrency. Okay, now let's go to what could be the second biggest, and maybe, who knows, the biggest potential marketplace for any type of cryptocurrency. Now, this particular country basically stopped or slowed down dramatically the growth of cryptocurrency in China. That's talking about mainland China here. And now it looks like things are about to start loosening up. Now, listen here. I'm here to tell you, when the Chinese consumers start getting more and more and more access to cryptocurrencies, well, I could say all hell's going to break loose with the price of cryptocurrencies, because we're talking about a huge marketplace. And understand, with the Chinese, you have the culture in general, at least the middle class culture, is really into saving. Okay, they save a lot of money, save a lot of money in the bank. And for quite some time, the only way that the middle class was able to effectively invest their money was to invest in huge real estate projects. Now, you may or may not be familiar with these gigantic real estate projects, but you had tremendous amount of building going on in China, funded by trillions and trillions, not billions, trillions and trillions of dollars that was saved by the 350 million person middle class in China. Okay, so these are daunting numbers. So you have trillions of dollars saved by a middle class of 350 million Chinese. Okay, and understand how big the Chinese economy is. No, it's not as big as the US economy, but it is like $12 trillion a year. Yeah, $12 trillion a year. So it's basically almost 2/3 the size of the US economy. So you got a lot of money there. Now, unfortunately, there isn't a lot of things to invest in China or put money in China. There are some public companies there that trade on, I believe, the Hong Kong exchange. So all these, you know, tens of millions, hundreds of millions of Chinese middle class folk were putting their money into real estate. But unfortunately, the real estate business has essentially hit the very top. What many say is almost several years ago. And so you have these ghost cities, literally cities of 500,000 potential, housing units, a million housing units that are practically empty. You could look it up on Google, look up ghost cities, China, and you're going to see these enormous cities with all of these thousands and thousands of buildings, and there's no traffic. There's no people. So this audience of this 350 million middle class, they want to park their money somewhere. They want to make some money out of it. So you just have to keep on watching what's happening with the Chinese cryptocurrency scene. Now, we're talking about a major social network called Tianya. I hope I'm probably butchering the name. But here they are. They are now issuing a token, a blockchain-based token. And that's now been offered. And it's really after about a half a year of research and design that they're now making this available. So once again, it's a very, very big news story when China starts moving ever slowly towards trading. Now, look at this next piece of news, straight out of Hong Kong. Hong Kong. Now, what are these folks worried about? Now, Hong Kong, once again, for those who may not study history as much or current events as much as I do, Hong Kong for a long time was a British territory up until 1997. They leased it for 100 years. Built a mammoth city there. I've been there multiple times. It's incredible. And Hong Kong is famous for its financial institutions. Giant trading and financial institutions and manufacturing also. So what's happening now? Well, here in Hong Kong, you now have asset managers who are now deploying crypto custody solutions. Now, what's a crypto custody solution? Well, that's obviously talks about the ability to hold digital assets for their clients. Okay, they're working on vault technology, wallet technology, so that they can store successfully and carefully cryptocurrency. Why would they be doing that? Hong Kong's China, mainland China. Well, once again, I just point you towards the fact that you have a steady movement in the right direction of the mammoth Chinese marketplace. And when they start buying, Katie bar the door, you will have, once again, more buying than selling. That's the critical thing for everybody to realize. You know, the the key to watching any type of price trend is the simplicity of more buying, less selling, price goes up. Less buying, more selling, price goes down. I don't care what the commodity is. I don't care if it's gas, if it's diamonds. It doesn't matter. It's the same basics. So once again, we have in Hong Kong, you now have a major company, Fusang Investment Offices, which are now deploying crypto custody services. How to protect your coins. Well, that means there must be a whole lot of coins sitting in China, right? Right. Okay. Here's the third or fourth bit of big news. It's about General Electric. Pretty big company, right? General Electric used to be the most valuable country in the world up until I think about 6 years ago. I think they used to be worth about 450, 500 billion dollars. Well, now Google and Apple and, well, Facebook, but I don't know. Facebook lost a lot of their value yesterday. But General Electric's a big company. And right now they're looking at what other markets can they get into, because they've been involved with, obviously, the energy business for years. And they're now trying to figure out, well, what can we get into next? Well, it looks like they're putting some money, millions of dollars, into a blockchain startup, 12 million bucks. So that startup is all about security. And if you start hearing about these blockchain startups, I don't care what the industry is, ultimately a portion of those startups could start tokenizing, or basically start making available tokens for their services. And the minute that happens, once again, you get into a buying, selling environment where the token can go up or the token could go down. So if you're able to buy energy tokens at $1, and 4 months later the same energy tokens are selling at $1.20, you can bet your bottom dollar that there's going to be some type of marketplace suddenly arrive where you can sell off tokens and make that profit. So the fact that you have General Electric now is investing in blockchain technology, blockchain companies, providing services, another great sign. So those are my key news points for today, to once again try to give you an idea of where we see this whole crypto world. Where is it going? Now, let's get into a couple topics which I touched on last week that I'm going to get into more detail because they're very significant developments. Let's talk about Celebrium. Now, for the uninitiated, we have many new subscribers, by the way, who are listening to our webinars. They're coming hundreds and hundreds a week. So, we need to continue to not assume that everybody listening to this knows, necessarily what we talked about 4 or 5 weeks ago. So Celebrium is a Celebrium digital collectible. It's a celebrity digital collectible. And if you know anything about the celebrity world, they sell a lot of memorabilia. Signed baseball cards, signed football, signed basketballs, signed dresses, signed posters, you name it. You'll have celebrities who are selling memorabilia. And the market is so big, to give you an idea, Forbes magazine just released an article last year which stated that the celebrity memorabilia marketplace is $370 billion. $370 billion. So, what does that mean? It means celebrities right now, whether they're what I call current celebrities who are actively involved in being a celebrity because they're active football players, basketball players, actresses, actors, musicians, singers, whatever. Current celebrities in the field of earning money from what they do make less money from that than selling memorabilia. So you have more money being made by celebrities from memorabilia sales than from their salaries. You know, what do they make for shooting a movie? What do they make for being in a TV show? What do they make for selling music? So this celebrity memorabilia business is gigantic. Celebrium is the world's first what I call digital security asset. So we're basically taking a piece, in this case, a piece of art, whether it's a picture, whether it's a poster, whether it's like a baseball card. We are taking that and we are having a celebrity sign it, prove that it is them signing it, authorize us to sell it so you see it, and then we take that piece of memorabilia and we encase it effectively in an anti-counterfeiting solution. Now, in that case, we're using the CloudCoin anti-counterfeiting technology. We also will soon enough be able to encase it further, these memorabilia, in blockchain. So we'll have a double protection. But for right now, we're taking these, we call them memos, by the way. That's short for memorabilia. We're taking these memos or celebrity collectibles, and right now we're protecting them with CloudCoin technology. All right? Now, why are we even bothering doing that? Well, we want to sell it online to the billions of people who are online, and we also want to solve the number one problem that's happening with memorabilia, and that's fraud. Just so you know, just in the baseball card world, huge billion-dollar marketplace, it's been estimated that there's 30% fraud. 30% of the memorabilia sold there is fraudulent, fake. So when somebody's paying their good hard-earned money for something, they're getting fake, it's almost like stealing. In fact, it is stealing. So what do we say? Okay, well, we're going to have celebrity memorabilia starting with image-based memorabilia, which is probably the biggest area of memorabilia anyway in the celebrity world. We're going to encase or protect it with CloudCoin anti-counterfeiting technology. So there's no way that somebody can fake one of these pieces of memorabilia. It'll get caught. It won't even be transacted. Now, you're asking me, well, how can that be? So let's talk about what we have just finished testing and what works. It is literally, and by the way, just as a sidebar, I didn't mention this. The reason that we feel very comfortable that these are going to be valuable is because we're doing something from the art world. In the art world, they did things called limited edition prints. It automatically started to establish a value. So if you have a limited number of pieces of memorabilia, if you limit the number, you're going to be able to set up a situation where the value of the memorabilia will go up and up and up and up as time goes on. With baseball cards, as an example, there were literally hundreds of thousands of cards printed up. And even with that said, of any given person, and even with that said, the value of baseball cards in just the last 10 years has just skyrocketed. So in our case, with each one of our pieces of memorabilia, celebrity memorabilia, each one, we're limiting it to, a few thousand copies. So, what do we just test and now fully works? Well, we now have essentially an instant process where you can go to Celebrium, not yet, but when it's time, you can go to Celebrium and you can identify the memorabilia you want. Okay, I like that celebrity. I want to buy that piece of memorabilia. When you hit the purchase button, when you hit buy, what's going to instantly happen? And this is revolutionary stuff. Instantly, you're effectively given a wallet, which we call the vault, and inserted in the wallet is the digital collectible. By the way, this same process soon enough will be available with CloudCoin. And no currency out there, no cryptocurrency hands you the wallet, inserts the coin, all in one fell swoop in a matter of seconds. None. Zero. Not out there. You can't find it. What I'm saying, I want to say the process again. Somebody goes to our Celebrium site. They find the memorabilia they like. They hit the buy button. Bang. They're going to have their wallet / vault. They're going to have their collectibles right inserted in there. And when they purchase it, when they go to checkout and they purchase, bang, they've already received the vault. They've already received the memorabilia, all in one shot, all in seconds, or as fast as you can move on your little keypad on your phone or on your laptop or desktop. This is a huge, huge, huge development. So that's where we're at right now. And right now, two other things are happening simultaneously. Part of the importance of Celebrium is that we prove what's called the chain of custody. Now, in the memorabilia world, you want to prove that the celebrity actually owned and signed the thing that is going to get sold. So you want to make sure you can prove, it's also called provenance. You want to prove that XYZ baseball card was actually signed by the celebrity and that celebrity authorized the sale of said memorabilia. Okay? So part of the chain of custody that we're now putting together is we're literally going to have effectively, I'm going to try to describe this in simple terms, but it's kind of like a locked bag. It's the best way I can describe it, where the celebrity and the first celebrity is literally going to shoot the video herself. She's so excited about this project. If you've heard of Jenny McCarthy, she's been in many, many TV shows. 2.5 Men. She's on New Year's Eve. She's there with Ryan Seacrest running the Rockin' Eve. Been in many, many TV shows, movies, you name it. MTV. So Jenny, who's married to Donnie Wahlberg, they're literally, we've picked the photo. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. It's so good. They're actually going to do the video. They're going to show her talking about the piece of memorabilia. She's going to sign it right there. They have a big studio in their house, which is kind of cool. So they're going to sign it right there. They're going to give the history of the memorabilia. She's going to sign the authenticity documents. And then she's going to put that all in the pouch, call it a pouch, the secure pouch. Then it's sent to us and we digitize it. We show the entire secure chain of custody of the image itself being signed, being authorized, put in a pouch, sent to us. It's all to show that that memorabilia is not fake. And this is a very important issue. I mean, it may not seem like it, but it is. So we're now getting, once again, I may have said the term wrong, but it's a pouch. The pouch is being produced right now. We're doing that first with Jenny, and then we have our all-star baseball player, World Series hero Jim Edmonds. He's next. By the way, his wife was one of the girls on the Real Housewives hit show out in the West Coast. Jim, obviously in his own right, is a major baseball star, World Series hero. He's next, and then we've got a third celebrity. I'm not gonna let the cat out of the bag, but let's just say pretty big dude in the music industry. So that's where we're at with. We're very close to base. And let me explain one other thing. We have a small number of people who bought the what we call blanks. They bought celebrity blanks. And all that means is they've already pre-bought their memorabilia. It's pre-purchased. And why would they do such a thing? Because they are the first ones who will be able to select the memorabilia and turn it into their own. And this memorabilia is numbered. It's numbered. And as you can only imagine, the people who bought the first memorabilia are going to be pretty happy folks because typically when you have the earlier the memorabilia, the better. Okay, so we have a small number of people who did that. Now, the way this works is we are going to give those people initial access, and they're also going to kind of be our test folks on using this nice, cool, instant wallet. So they're going to not only be folks taking advantage of being the first in, but they're the ones that are going to be the ones using the wallet for the first time. Now they don't mind, I'm sure. They'll, any glitches that happen, they're going to be more than happy because they got the earliest memorabilia. Now let me explain how the valuation could potentially go up. So in these first memorabilia, we're doing a very limited run. So here's how we're doing this. First, the original Celebrium blank purchasers. It's called a blank because it's a blank memorabilia. And then when they go through the process, they automatically will have their, their real memorabilia. So the first people who are going to access the buying platform will be these early purchasers. That's the first group. Then the second group of people that will be allowed to acquire what's left are people who have bought cloud coins with us in the past and investors in digital frontier marketing. So a bunch of those people will buy because it's a really smart thing to do. And a number of additional memorabilia will be gone. Okay. Then the next thing we're going to do is we're then going to invite the thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people that are subscribers to our webinars to come purchase the memorabilia. So after those people are done, then the real fun begins. The celebrities themselves, as part of our deal, will promote their memorabilia to their huge social following. Now, Jenny McCarthy alone, on just one of her social profiles, Instagram, has over 1 million followers. Not 10,000, not 50,000, not 125,000, over 1 million followers on her social profile. So all of a sudden, she's going to promote the fact that she is offering, for the first time ever, a memorabilia piece using this new technology. Now, you think a couple of those people are going to come running fast to buy their memorabilia or their Jenny McCarthy memorabilia? You doggone right. Now, here's what I said. Here's where the fun begins. So there's only going to be a limited number of memorabilia sold in each one. Is it like several thousand, but that's it. Heck, with the first group of buyers who bought already, we sold thousands of memorabilia already. They're all sold. The blanks are sold. So what happens when a given piece of memorabilia sells out? Well, the instant it sells out, suddenly a sign comes up on the Celebrium site saying blah blah memorabilia retired. That doesn't mean they're gone. It just means no more sales, new sales, no more new of that type memorabilia added. Won't happen. Never. We are never, ever, ever going to increase the number of memorabilia of one type. Now, at the same time that little sign goes up, that memorabilia can be sold and bought by owners in the trading post. At the Celebrium site, there literally will be a what's called a trading post, a place where you can actually go, and if you want to sell your memorabilia, you can sell it. If you're somebody who has heard about this Jenny McCarthy memorabilia that you can't buy any new ones of, they will go to the trading post and see if anybody out there is willing to sell their memorabilia. Now, obviously, that's why the price could very well go up, up, up. Because once again, here's the little formula. When there's more buyers than sellers, what happens naturally? Well, naturally the price should go up. So here we are. We have all these people who bought blanks. They're going to convert them into the memorabilia. Then we're going to promote to the several, I think it's almost hundreds and hundreds of folks that have bought cloud coins and have invested in digital frontier marketing. Then they're going to have access. So a bunch more of the memorabilia will be gone. Then we promote the memorabilia to the thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of folks that we have in our subscriber files who are subscribing to these webinars. And then a whole bunch more of that memorabilia is going to be sold, isn't it? Then and only then do the celebrities' followers get notified of the fact that they could come and potentially acquire memorabilia of their favorite star. Folks, I think it's highly likely that those memorabilia will be sold out. I think that's a pretty good bet. So right now, just to say again, we fully tested this whole purchase mechanism of essentially you're being able to go to Celebrium, pick the piece of pick the memorabilia you want, go ahead and purchase it, instantly receive what effectively is the wallet we call the vault, have your memorabilia inserted into the vault so it's protected, and purchased all in one fell swoop. All right. Now we're purposely not doing, more than initially 3 celebrities. We have many others that we're ready to start with. Remember, I own a celebrity firm. I work with many of the biggest agencies in the world, from CAA to William Morris to IMG. I mean, you name it. I work with them. And to let you know, these agents are pretty dang excited about having their celebrities be participating in this, because it's a great way for their celebrities to make money. Okay? Great way. Because you understand that right now, baseball players or football players, they have these signing events. They'll literally go to a location or a place, and they'll sign 500 baseballs or 500 footballs or 500 cards. But they have to get up, get into a car, go to the airport, fly somewhere, go to a place where they're going to be mobbed by, hundreds of fans, adoring fans, but hundreds of fans nonetheless. sign all this stuff, get back in a car, get back in a plane, get back home, drive home. Now with us, what do? It takes them about an hour to select and identify the picture they want to use, have our video group come there, shoot them signing the piece of art or the poster or whatever, shoot them signing it, shoot them signing an authenticity document, and they're done. That's it. Hour. Now, you don't think these celebrities are pretty excited about that? Absolutely. So, um, so right now we've got the buying mechanism in place. We're now in the process of setting up the chain of custody, which is all important. We have Jenny McCarthy standing by she's going to shoot it herself with her. I think her husband Donnie Wahlberg's, and she's going to shoot it because we don't want to make it look too slick. We want to make it authentic. So it's going to be real cool. It'll be cool, So we'll edit it and all that good stuff. So they're standing by, ready to go. And then we have Jim Edmonds ready to go after that because we want to do this with Jenny to kind of work out the first things. You know what I mean? And any bugs. And then Jim will do it. And then we have a third celebrity. Once again, I can't say the name. We have to get the contract signed, but the music industry has already said yes. So that's where we're at. And for people who never have heard about this before, which are a lot of people, I mean, the last time I talked in depth about Celebrium was, months ago, 2 or 3 months ago. And since then, we have many, 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 many more subscribers that have got into the system. So with that said, for the folks who want to know where we're at, that's where we're at. And in addition to that, I am going to open up for any of the new people who have never heard about this before, or for folks who kind of wanted to, learn about this and see how it kind of went along. I am going to make available some additional blanks. Now, just like I did before, when you purchase blanks, the Celebrium blanks, I will also provide cloud coins that essentially match up with the value of what you're buying in Celebrium. So you're going to get cloud coins as an extra benefit and no extra cost when you buy Celebrium, just like I did for the initial Celebrium buyers. So if you're interested, if you haven't heard about this before, we know we have thousands and thousands of new buyers or new subscribers. You can email me at bob@digitalcurrencygrowth.com, bob@digitalcurrencygrowth, and you can learn how you can get some of the blanks, also get some bonus cloud coins to make it an even more interesting purchase. And lastly, for those people who already have your blanks, you're in great shape because I know who you all are. So we're going to make sure that you guys who bought the blanks are real happy, and you're going to be even happier because remember, the faster these things sell out, all of a sudden these memorabilia will be then available only for buying and selling of the owners of the memorabilia, which we believe should drive the price up. So that gives you some information on what we're doing with Celebrium. If you are interested in getting blanks or learning about it, just email me, bob@digitalcurrencygrowth.com, bob@digitalcurrencygrowth.com, and use the subject line, excuse me, Celebrium. Celebrium. Okay, let's go ahead and do our drawing here. Excuse me. For our 10,000 cloud coins. Get all set up here. Here we go. Put our magic number in. Excuse me. And let's see who won. Okay, number 80 today. Attendee number 80 won the coins. Excuse me. You'll be notified by tomorrow and get your 10,000 cloud coins in roughly 4 to 5 days. And I just want to let you know in the meantime, because we now see the value of cloud coins rolling up, I think it's now about 40% higher than the price freeze amount that we were doing with our people. The price freeze is over, by the way, so don't even ask about that. Since that is going up, we will be on our drawing reducing the number of coins to 5,000. So this was the last time we did a 10,000 K thousand a number of cloud coins. 5,000 is still pretty cool, very very cool, considering if that sucker gets up to $10, that would be really cool. So I just want to let you know in advance. So this will be the last time we've done 10,000 coins because the valuation is now rolling up. So thank you very much for attending our briefing tonight. I appreciate it. Make sure you email me if you want to get some blanks because we're going to run that for next 7 to 14 days. Thank you very much.